Aziz Light!
Hello there, you sick bastards, and thank you once again for joining me in the den. Now, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't going to do a Christmas episode or anything like that, but after a particularly festive day, I decided it was the right thing to do. So, pull in a chair, I guess, and let me tell you a Christmas tale. Now, anyone who happens to be creeping into midlife, like me, I'm sure will be able to tell you that nostalgia is one hell of a drug. It's that one thing that no matter how old or useless or pathetic you're feeling, seeing those things from the past that makes you happy just lights that fire in your belly, just makes you feel good for a little while. Then you remember it's 2000 and the whole world has lost its sense of empathy, and we all might as well just sellotape pussies to our foreheads and walk around in a dimly lit room whilst Donald Trump walks around with a Freddy Krueger glove on. Yeah, just went with that one. Get it? Because he's going to grab you by the pussy, but the pussy's on your head, so he's going to grab your head, but then For me personally, it's movies and video games that give me the hardest hit of nostalgia. Movies specifically, if I'm being really honest. One of my all-time favourite movies as a kid was The Fifth Element. I know, right? So much so that even the colour yellow sometimes gives me a nostalgia throb on. Can get pretty awkward sometimes. So I'm sure you can only imagine how fucking excited I was when I saw this in my local CEX. Now, it happened in stages. Let me lay out the scene for you. Firstly, because it's the eve of Christmas Eve and I am all alone because my partner's at work, we had a really festive drive into town.
What the fuck is that? It's not Santa's sleigh! Fingering Santa Claus last night! Fuck you, everybody! There's always fucking one, isn't there? There's always fucking... It's nearly Christmas, man. Get out the middle of the fucking road. What's the fucking point? What's the point in having roads? Go on and fuck off! It's my space now, you cunt. 'Tis Christmas after all.
Of course, once we are there, I pop into CEX and have my weekly walkabout. It was whilst shuffling through the DVDs that I noticed something from a distance. The first thing that hit me was the taxi on the front of the cover. I thought, that looks a hell of a lot like a taxi from The Fifth Element. As I got closer, I noticed the title, New York Race. I thought to myself, that sure does look like the dystopian future New York dreamt up by Luc Besson for his film The Fifth... Oh... As you can imagine, at this point, I was very excited. Fuck. So after purchasing the game and a few bits and pieces, I decided to have a festive drive home. Festive drive home for me obviously means having a takeaway dinner by yourself and then listening to some festive music. But now that's all out of the way, I'm wearing a Santa hat that doesn't fucking fit and I am excited! For fuck! Fuck! Who even does fucking Christmas? Like... Macaulay never had this problem when he was fucking Santa Claus. Ugh. Do I still look festive? Upon properly seeing the box, I said, to quote the late Michael Jackson, I wonder how old that is. And furthermore, who cares? I knew as soon as I saw The Fifth Element that I had to have it. Now don't worry, I know by no means this means the game is any good. I have played Fifth Element on the PS1, I'm alright. Reach speeds of up to 500 kilometers per hour. Let's see how inspired this game really is. As soon as we boot the CD up, we are introduced to the abundance of teams working on this game. And then it happens.
Is everybody ready? Featuring Super Song, Goofy, and a crazy cast of characters.
That's where... Oh, wait, it's not finished. So this isn't going to be a super long and super involved review for two main reasons. One, I'm the only arsehole who has an idea for a Christmas video the day before Christmas, and two, this is kind of becoming my mantra, there really isn't a lot to talk about here. New York Racer is like a futuristic fever dream where your eyes have only just registered that wall over there before you've already hit it. There aren't a whole lot of options to get stuck into, so I'm just going to boot up a game and see what happens. Now before I really get started, don't get me wrong, wait a minute, go back. Okay, so according to this game, the people we have racing in this high speed and incredibly dangerous sport are, okay, let's see if I can get this right, Diva Plava Laguna herself, Corbin's old army major, can't remember his name, the active soldier Iceborg I want to say, who is supposed to play Corbin's wife. I think I said supposed, but that's fine, nobody noticed. That's the dude who tries to rob Corbin at the start of the film, you know, the one who forgets to take his safety off. That is, of course, Cornelius and David. That guy is the motherfucking Chinese takeaway guy on the floating barge. Now, for this last one, at first I thought it was Zorg's secretary who was played by the enchanting Sybil Buck. But then I remembered the hat and realised it was, of course, the hostess who was paid lip service by Ruby Rod during the flight, played by the equally enchanting Indra Ove. Because you know you got a good film on your hands when you've got that implied cunnilingus. Anyway, as you can probably tell, digression is afoot, and that's because, like I said earlier, there isn't a lot to talk about. When you first play this game, it's an absolute nightmare. Not only can you turn up, down, left and right, but you can also strafe left and right, which I will admit I use very rarely, mainly because I kept fucking it up. Getting caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new. After a few races though, I started to get the hang of it and even placed second and third a few times. The selection of vehicles is a selection of vehicles, but the selection of maps is pretty insane. It has all your favourite locations from the movie. We of course have the shopping mall, the aquarium, the TV station, and of course the amusement park. The aquarium has this aquarium section with aquarium things. The carnival has this literal fucking nightmare of a section where you fly through tunnels and shoot in and out of dragons. This is what I was referring to when I said fever dream. My favourite though has to... Wait. Is that the fucking robot that serves drinks in the airport?
You want some more?
Okay, let's try that one again. My favourite though has to be Chinatown, the Asian Park, which of course has the Golden Gate Bridge. Actually, 2 seconds, back up a sec. Was that the fucking 4th rail bridge? What's that doing in Asia Town? Park. Anyway, there's not a whole lot more to say. You ride fast, you shoot things, you get shields, you win or you lose. That's about it, really. Now, why don't we finish this with one more race and try coming first. I hope you're ready for this, because my balls are moister than an oyster. Let's go. Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for today, and I must bid you a festive farewell. Now, I just want to say, I know personally that Christmas can be a really fucking depressing time of year, but I just want you all to know that you're not alone. There's always someone you can talk to, whether it be friends, family, or even just a stranger on the other end of the phone. There's people you can call. You're really, really never alone. I can't stress that enough. There's always a light at the end of that tunnel, even if it seems like a really, really long fucking tunnel full of murderers and vegans. There's still a light at the end of that tunnel. Just keep going for it. Well, that's all I've got to say about that, so fuck off. Have a Merry Christmas.